welcome all Out of War players. Welcome. We have a good one today here, guys. We have a Q&A for the new update 0.15 patch. We have obviously a special guest today. This is Q&A. We have Christian from the main developer of Out of War, guys. Make sure you guys say hello in the chat. Spam it up, dudes.
And hello to the chat as well.
Yeah, definitely. Make
It's
sure you
great
guys...
to be back.
Yeah, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask away. Keep them short, guys, so we can get through as many as possible. What do you prefer today? Suggestions, whatever you'd like. I'm just gonna be dinking around with the equipment today. And...
Yeah, bit of suggestions and just general questions about the game. And I'll try to answer as much as possible. Thanks.
Oh yeah, it's always great to have you on the channel, man. Always. I know people love us doing the Q&As real quick when these patches are coming out, even if it's after the patch or before. I know that everyone's always excited to see and just to hear from you guys, right? We can type all day to people, but actually talking to somebody and answering their questions live is always a fun thing to do, and I absolutely am happy that you take the time to do this with us. It's a great thing.
Yeah, but it's fun to sort of give a voice to the game, or like, yeah,
absolutely.
The project you've been working on for last 2 years. So yeah, it's super fun to actually connect with the crowd as well.
Yeah, absolutely. That's one thing I really enjoy doing. I really enjoy trying to be that gap in between these type of games, like I did with Gold Rush, and many people know over the years. A gap kind of between the developers and the players, as well as just playing this genre myself. I absolutely enjoy it. Today, if you guys did not watch the update video that we posted out earlier today, I am now in the CTM 1600. My dyslexia always kicks me.
Yeah, I honestly don't. It's continuous tunnel mine. No, CMT.
Dyslexia boys.
Yeah.
So we are in the S model, the 1600S, and this one is, well, I'm sure that stands for square, right? I hope.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I was right. My guess was right. It is square. So we have the square one, which has the buckets on the side, which is really good for building square tunnels. And there's so many different ways to play these things. Right now, my preferred method is using the conveyors as the loading mechanism for the continuous mining.
Yeah, and like the idea was always to have the round one. And then when I played around with it, I was like, it would be cool to have just a square one that you can just make long tunnels with, in case you want a massive tunneling system that you don't have to like take a year to build. So it's we're gonna add that as well.
I really like the square one because it seems like it's more polished right off the bat, but the gameplay with the small one, I guess we could demonstrate both. So let me show you my mining method right now, guys. And I said I use the conveyors as the continuous miner, and all my controls are set up. If you guys need me to go through those really quick, I can as well. But I'm pretty much using arrow keys as my controls for the cutting head itself, and then I'm using WASD for the track controls, and then I also have R for the conveyor belt up and down as well. So we can go into a different mode so we can see the cutting head work as we turn this on. Keep in mind, when you're in the cutting mode, you don't really have left and right controls very much on your tracks, as you can see. Go out of cutting mode, make your adjustment, move a little closer, turn this bad boy on, and let it rip. And yep, there you go, sir.
While you let that rip, I just want to take some time to answer Dustin's question about what I am excited about to the game. Basically what I'm excited about is actually both this update, because finally we have underground, but something that's really going to be fun is the next update, the big bit stuff. That's going to be really, really fun to see.
Oh, absolutely. I think we're all hoping for just massive equipment.
Yeah.
You can see how it falls out the back, guys, and this is why I'm liking the underground portion of this. Is it works really well with the conveyor system and dropping out. Now this is going up into my plant, as well. So I'm kind of just moving in here, digging around and chomping into the ground here with this thing. We will also, I'll demonstrate the other one as well too. It's a lot smaller, but overall it's really nice for more of a realistic feel. This one is more for like the fantasy style, like Christian was saying. I just wanted something square with a big giant, you know, here it goes, right? So that's how I feel about it. My personal take on from playing it, guys, is this one is great for doing what I'm doing now, right? So building your tunnels in, moving in. As I'm moving out, it's still kind of clipping the wall a little bit.
Yeah, and like your suggestion as well, Split, with actually having both storage and that a lot of the testing was actually wanted storage for these tunnelers. And that wasn't planned from the beginning, so it was a bit too late to include in this update. But that's definitely gonna be an option in the future for these, because that would have been nice to have a sort of trailer or something to just hook up to it and have. But yeah, these are just the first iterations of the continuous tunnelers.
So we have the LW300 here. Pull this guy out later here. I need the rock truck. So what he's talking about, guys, is that right now with the continuous miner, since it's so new to the game, some of the features might not actually be here, and it could be, some of the things could be tweaked and added later on. And in reference to that, what it was is with the continuous miner, it's a little hard to just be continuous right now. So you really got to prepare your mine site. That's why I kind of run like this. So what I do is, if you're gonna, a lot of you guys are naturally gonna want to do this, right? You're gonna want to back in with your truck. You're gonna want to park behind this thing. But what he was saying with the suggestion is that we'd be able to back up and then clip onto this thing, and it would auto lock into it and follow our continuous miner until the rock truck is full. Then you stop, jump out, and take your load away. Right, so that's stuff, like certain things, you know, it's not. Oh, and we have our first cave in. That's not good. So,
Yeah.
wait a minute.
Oh, you had the next cave in as well.
Yeah, I did. No, I got a double. Oh man. Well, we're gonna play a little risky here.
Oh, you have your roof too high for the tunneler.
Yup, the roof too high for the tunneler. Yep, exactly. So these are all very low profile pieces of equipment, guys, and you really got to watch your height, because the issue right now, and you might be able to clarify this here. I don't believe that the rotos can actually turn up and dig upwards on the roof, can they?
No, that was a bit of a design. It was my first time designing a CTM machine, so
yeah.
But yeah, these are mostly just to show what is. This is our first exploration into underground, so there's a lot of stuff that's not going to be OSHA approved. But yeah.
Now, what about the excavator attachments and stuff like that? Is there a plan to make those be able to dig upside down? Because right now they currently can't. So we can go in and scrape out a little bit more and not have to use like the deformation tool.
Yeah, there's definitely going to be more to that, and just the attachments overall is going to get improvement soon.
Yeah, because I know that was the last time I tried to tunnel with just the normal equipment. I was trying every bucket attachment and just flipping it upside down and trying to scrape the ceiling. But then you changed it for the blasting, and the blasting was actually really nice too. So it kind of fixed not having the equipment be able to be used. But that's a great thing that we're going to be able to have with the other pieces of equipment, right? Like get in there and actually use it.
Yeah, and we're going to get more and more equipment in as we continue with the game. Same with, like, we have now full control with it. We have full control over the content of the game, which is really nice. Like the discussion was with the tunneler, should we keep the square one or the round one? And then it was like, well, why don't we just have both?
Exactly, why not? Why not? Yeah, exactly. That's what I was kind of like, you know, I like when you added the square one in, I was like, oh, I really like that. And then everything went away and I was like, no, but I want the square one. I want that one too. Yeah. Like I want them both. So and I know the players feel the same way. The more options you guys can give us, and if it's just easy, you guys are so great at adding new pieces of equipment into the game, and you know, it's super fun.
Yeah.
All right, let's see if we can, let's get a couple trucks here, guys, and we'll see how much we move, because I know a lot of you guys are super curious about how much we are actually moving with this equipment here. We're risking cave-ins.
But yeah.
We're really risking it today. I got back up here. Yeah, the micro gameplay right here is I think getting that in will be super beneficial to the having it lock into place.
Yeah. But as some have noted during testing, that you actually manage to fill, even if it's not attached, you actually manage to fill the truck bed pretty good with the drill.
Oh, absolutely. It does fill it well.
Yeah.
If you start from the front like I did and move it back, it's not bad. Like either way, whether you use the conveyors or the truck, either way, you still have to stop because you got to build for cave-ins. And I guess you can elaborate on the cave-in mechanic itself.
Yeah, the cave-in mechanic is basically, if you have unsupported rock above the player, it might cave in above you, and it might basically, it's almost the same as the roof blasting. That's almost the same. It will drop a bit of ore on top of you and ruin your floor and ruin a bit of your roof as well.
Yeah, if you literally just stand in the same spot, it'll literally just like pour out like a tunnel in the ceiling, which is really good, because this is something that we talked about during a lot of the live streams. Was, you know, I know it's possible to do it, but will we see it in the game, right? And it's really cool to see it actually be done in even if it's just in a small way. I mean, I think some players might be expecting the cave-ins to be the whole ledge will just come down on its own, right? But the problem with that is it would cause so much of a performance issue. It would just potato people's computers, right? So
yeah, and it's not super fun if you spend like 8 hours building your perfect little mine and the entire thing just falls on top of you. Then it's a bit more fun with the to actually have it do a little bit instead of.
I'm gonna push it hard here.
Yeah.
Cave-in City.
Then we have and now you filled up the truck real good.
Oh, I filled it up real good on that one. No, this rock truck is absolutely great. Also, too, another thing to this patch is you noticed on the floor tiles, they're disappearing now. Some players, but we got a happy balance to that, right? Where it's only the floor tiles that's doing that, and everything else it stays, right?
It actually depends on the angle. If the ore falls on something that's more, if it's flat, then it will disappear, and if it's angled, then it won't disappear. Which is nice, because then it doesn't care what it falls on.
Yeah, that's what we were noticing. It depended on the angle of where it hits. If it's stalled, it would delete it, and now there's way less of that. This thing holds a lot in this thing, guys. Give it a little tap at the first. It's a little finicky, but getting the job done.
Yeah.
It's working nice. A little bit of tweaking, but as everything is, you guys are trying to rush it out, not just because of me trying to put shoddy work out. You guys are putting out so much content, right? So I don't mind if stuff's not 100% perfect, because you guys are going to be changing things rapidly, right? So
yeah,
I agree with that method, right? Test to fail, and just keep putting out new iterations of the game over and over and over again. It lets the players get involved and talk about what they like, the content creators as well.
Yeah, and the same with these underground. Like, that's why we didn't want it to be spend another couple hundred hours on making these perfect, because I know that a lot of players will come with suggestions about how, like, you should definitely try this instead, and we're gonna be like, oh yeah, we should actually do it that way instead. And like, just overall, we want to finish this game with the community, if that makes sense.
Oh, absolutely.
Like there's a lot of great suggestions out there, and so yeah, some features are not 100%, but they're not like, we know that.
Absolutely.
So,
And it's like some things obviously you have to take with a little bit of, is that even possible game engine wise, right? So that's why I tell players all the time, when you suggest something, try to make sure, you know, maybe do a little research. You don't have to. I mean, we all know you guys are going to be putting out tons of equipment, right? Like it's just insane. It already beats any digging game out there as far as equipment right now on the market. So, and you guys, you know, with the open pit stuff, you guys are being a little tight-lipped on that, like good, because, you know, there's a lot of stuff you guys are putting in there. I mean, I don't know if you want to maybe tease a little bit on that, but like not anything like precise, but like, is it going to be like double the equipment load, or?
How do you mean double the equipment load?
Like what we have right now, like more, or is it going to be like 2 pieces of equipment, or is it only going to be like big stuff? Is there any in-between equipment, or?
There's, well, if
you don't leak anything. I'm trying to push it for the chat here. Chat's like, come on, Split, give us the goods.
Like, there's gonna be a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
there's gonna be a lot of iron going into the game with that patch. That's all I'm gonna say with that.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like, you got a lot of questions up in there. We'll let you do that while I dig here for a little bit.
Yeah, I'm just gonna check that through. Now you put me in a bit of a spot.
Put you in a pickle. Let's just scroll up for a second. Yeah, I'm just trying to keep it fun today, guys. We know you guys are itching for the patch, and you know, there's a real fun atmosphere on these Q&As when we do them, and you know, a little bit of hype before. This was a little bit of a time crunch, so it was you know, we're gonna try to do a little bit better for you guys next time.
Yeah, it was a bit of a tight squeeze. But Sogwick's question: is it possible to add a way to see if your bucket on loader or excavator is level to the ground from the cab view? I actually plan on getting quite a lot of just overall help, like visual help in the game. So it makes it easier to see if your bucket's level or all that stuff, and just extend the GPS stuff we have as well.
I got a few concepts I can tip your way on that one. I really like the simplicity of the new UI that you guys went from the older version.
Yeah. And and some other dude asked about if we're gonna put in more ore veins deeper below. We are actually gonna, that's gonna be after sort of in patch 0.18 or something like that. But we want to get the open pit equipment in before we start to do any changes to the ore, because we want to, we need all the different, like, obviously the open pit equipment is going to contain some fairly large equipment that's going to move a lot of dirt, and we need that to sort of see how the game is going to balance with those, and from that we're going to change how to make it fun and balanced, even if you're driving a 20-ton digger or if you're driving a 250-ton digger.
Oh, my roads are going to need to be a lot bigger. Damn it, I need to get to work. Oh man, 250-ton? That's like one tire of my road right now. Hold on a second. Let me do some math here. Mathematication.
Yeah, I'm actually not. Yeah, the 250. I don't know if it is 250 ton. I'm gonna be honest, but it's quite big.
Oof. Oof, man. Yeah, that's like one tire for a 250 in this road. What, man? This is gonna be like, okay, I gotta work a lot more. Gotta dig a lot more here.
Yeah.
Yup.
Yeah.
So we also have the new UI. I'll demonstrate some of the building here real quick, guys, too. So we have the tab. Well, mine, you can set these to whatever. Right now, I think by default it's R. But I changed mine to the tilde key, and it's 7 to cycle the other way. But we also have the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 in the menu as well. But and also, I really like the flashlight. Honestly, I really do like having a flashlight when we're playing in dark mode. And hold on, you know, by habit, I always go into the settings for the time of day, as well as we'll make sure we demonstrate a lot of these new features. I love the game at nighttime when I'm playing in the underground, right?
Oh
Like
yeah.
it's really nice because, you know, obviously there's a lot of things that have to go into the balance or building of the game to make sure that when you go underground, it automatically goes dark, and you know those things later, right? But when you play
Yeah,
in,
that was deemed unnecessarily complicated to implement at this stage.
yeah, exactly. So, you know, if you guys want to simulate your underground mine, go into your queue option, go to World and Rescue. It's on the side. You have a slider bar here. It used to be on the right side. Now it's all the way over here. So go ahead and go into here, World and Rescue, and you can change your time of day. And if you want to simulate underground, just go time of day, either all the way at one end or all the way at the other, and then do the night length at 500. And if you want to do that, just stick it on clear sky. That's how I simulate when I'm underground, so that way you get the feel, as well as
And
the lights.
we're gonna improve that also in suggestions to make you can select so the days and nights are infinitely long instead of just 500. And note also the automatic lights that we finally have gotten back.
Yeah, the automatic lights were something that I wanted to play at nighttime, but not having automatic lights and having them on all the time was such a pain. So it was like I just kind of like, let's get rid of those and
yeah.
your mine will come on. Everything's good to go. Look, I love the when you see reflections off of light and things like that. I believe I'm on ultra everything, so you guys should be getting a pretty good view.
Yeah, and it looks so much more alive.
Exactly. When the shadows are contrasting off of things and, you know, the sky is moving, you got the Aurora Borealis, have when the weather kicks in, shadows and everything are good. Like I can see the hand railing up here in the shadows. And as you come up here, you'll start to see like changes in the mesh.
And
the shadows.
The Aurora as well.
Yeah, looks good. Nice starry night.
Yeah, and we do have Hunt Theo's questions. Do you have any production for building blocks planned? Yes, we do. Yes, we do. And I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yeah.
But we do.
You've actually said quite a bit of things about that on the last few Q&As. You know, and then also to the one I think that hit everybody the most notable was logging.
Oh yeah. That's also gonna be a thing someday.
Well, you guys have tons of models for that already, right? So
yeah, that logging was our primary thing before we started with this mining. So
yeah, being
more
your
home
modding.
at yeah.
I mean, that's what I can, when I say this, I 100% mean it. We do not have to worry about equipment with this dev team. And that's one thing that we always had to worry about every other game that was made in this genre, is we don't have to worry about that here. Now we just have to worry about all the little things, which is so much better. Because as soon as we need a content blast, you guys could just be like, okay, here you go. You know, like, and it just refreshes the player base having just something new to play with. Right. So that is amazing. That's so amazing. Like for me as a player and someone that loves the genre, to be able to just have new stuff at our disposal with like every 3 or 4 months is super, super nice.
Yeah, and like I'm gonna say this once again, this game is built purely because we wanted it to be easy to add equipment in. because that was not the case with the games that we did modding for. So we sort of was like, well, there has to be a better way to do this. So Out of
Why not
War is the result of.
Yeah, why not make your own game to do it, right? Like,
yeah.
so now I'm installing more of these roof tiles to stop these from caving in. Now, do the other roof tiles in the game also stop cave-ins, or is it just these?
All roofs, whatever
Okay.
you find that can be used as roofs. If you want to use a loader for roof, then yeah, that works as well.
Nice. Okay, that really helps out. I mean, but these new ones look nice. I love. Oh, what the hell? I fell in my pit. I was like, what's going? I love the contrast. I've even been using them as like concrete reinforcement look, and you know, other things to kind of match in there. Yeah, I mean, we have a question in the chat about the ramp blocks. Would they rather be better twice as long? That's kind of something we've always been joking about in the chat. Like I actually joked about it because the AT40 here can't use the ramp blocks at all. I was kind of in a panic this morning to build a dump site for the AT40 for the stream. I was like, oh no, I can't dump it here. What's going on?
Yeah, we need longer ramps and yeah, that's coming as well. But yeah, the same goes with other. We're gonna try to add a couple building blocks in each update, just so we sort of grow the availability on those, so we can build more customized minings, like so it looks more like how you want it, and so you can build it like you want.
Okay, now we have something a lot of people have been waiting for. How much is this equipment?
Ooh.
Oh, here it is, boys. The LW300 is 670,000. The AT30 rock truck is 286,000. The square cutter, they're both at 537,000. These two. You have the S model for the square, and then the round. We're actually going to buy one of these right now.
Yeah, the drills are actually quite cheap.
Yeah, actually, I thought you were gonna put them in like 1 mil, 1.2, 1.2, or something like that.
Yeah.
Parking brake off. And they come in this snazzy little orange color.
Yeah.
Let's see if this one wants to behave today. Yeah, but like you were saying, the balancing of, you know, all the next two patches coming up is all these prices could be changed. Ore prices, everything could be changed.
Yeah, I don't think vehicle prices are going to be changed, because those prices are actually based on real equipment, and they're really close to their real life counterparts. So what's going to get balanced is the ore pricing, and a bit of maintenance costs, fuel costs are gonna be revamped, and the bank's gonna want its money this time. Unlike at the moment, the bank doesn't really care if you pay off the loans, but the bank's gonna get a bit more angry.
You're gonna take your equipment,
huh? Not that angry, but they're definitely gonna come after you.
I'm gonna repo it, man. Like, they can take it if they can get it.
Yeah.
Oh, this thing's working like a dream, man. The 1600R.
Yeah. And can you modify them? Yeah, just like any other vehicle in game. You can lights, colors, tracks.
Yep.
Same as every other vehicle, really.
So you have what he's talking about here, guys, is siphon fuel. You have your main paint, secondary, details, and tracks, and then all the different lighting. The only thing I noticed is the little aim pointer is not in the right location when it goes to point towards where it would be on the vehicle. A little off. Like, it all just goes all to the back, so I'm like, which one is what? That's a little
something
off.
we did. That's something we didn't notice in testing.
Yeah, it's so hard to go over every minute little detail, right? So it's like, I just noticed that actually today, and some of the pieces of equipment still, like I was saying, some of the secondary paints aren't locked in, so you can change the color, and it won't actually. There is like no secondary to it.
No, some of them, don't have it.
Yeah,
but that's actually not. Some
just
of them
don't have it,
actually
period.
don't have. No, yeah.
So the slot guys there is, it's like it's just a dead slot because, you know, there's actually just nothing there. So black on black or whatever.
Yeah, like the thing there is that we built like the vehicles to always have a details, like 3 paints. So the entire game is built around that, but some vehicles don't. So then we have a sort of open slot for that.
Like I can add a larger track here. Oh, let's go back here, buddy. I'll through all my equipment, and I can take this track off. Let me space here. We can take this track off, and we can slap this one on. See, I like the wide boys on them, so I think they look good. We can move this around. See, this one, like I was saying in the comments, some people were like, oh, it might be a little janky, but this one's more close to real, right? The cutting head matches really well. For me, I think I'm going to simulate using this one first, and then I might come in and do like a low blast to get some blasting done to extend the tunnels and like that. And also, it also doesn't cause as much coming out the back.
Yeah, what I played around with, which was actually quite fun, was to use this to dig out the bottom half of the tunnel and then use explosives to clear the roof.
Yeah,
until you could continue.
That's where my mindset came in too. I was thinking the exact same thing. I was like, okay, I can now cut in, and it's small. It can fit within its diameter of its cutting radius, so you can just tunnel in until you get a cave in. And then go in there and place explosives and blast out your roof, and then put your roofing in. So it's a really fun new way to play the game, guys. If you guys have been waiting for something to play, this is definitely the one to come in and simulate your underground mines, because it's good. It works. I think it's fun. I've been having a blast testing it and recording for it, and trying to figure out, you know, how we're gonna play it, and it's always, you know, as we're saying, it's always going to be more improvements as well too. So just because the way it is right now doesn't mean that's set in stone.
No, like nothing really is set in stone. It's not like that. We want to actually be the best experience it possibly can be. And yeah, but we don't want it to be 6 months between the updates, because that's not fun. So yeah.
Well, another thing too is it leaves the factor of, like you're saying, the community's involvement. You put it out rough, but workable. It's still there. It's still playable for all of us. But then the community can come in and say, well, why don't you guys try this, like you're saying earlier? And it's, you know, and then that way there's room for tweaks, and you haven't spent hundreds of hours and not wasted, but you know, it's
but it's kind of wasted, because you know that like the end product could have been so much better if just the community could had a little bit of voice in part of it, and that's what we want to bring in. And
oops, I'm dumping it on
that's the way we're doing it.
Yeah, this thing's working like a champ, dude. Both of the tunnelers are, when people started watching the things, they started getting messages, and they're like, I don't know if I'm gonna play with anything else ever again right now. Like, they look so much fun, and they are, like, watching the dirt and watching everything change and fall at the back, and it's just kind of mesmerizing, right? Like,
yeah. And like about this, that the some people fear that when the community has its say in the project, they believe that we have, like, that it's gonna go off the rails, but that's really not the case. If we only take those suggestions that we feel are in line with our end vision of the game, so we always have a plan. But some stuff, like like you Split said that you wanted storage on the tunnels. That's not a big deal, and yeah, we can incorporate that in the future into it, because we aren't sort of done with the tunnelers, so we can incorporate that.
Yeah, mainly I was just meaning just attaching the rock truck to it so it follows it.
Yeah.
And changing the amount that's coming out the back, so that way we can play in tunnel longer before it fills. Maybe the length of it, so not much, right? Like, so your active storage would be your rock truck, so to speak.
Yeah.
Once you're in connection mode.
Yeah. But the question is then, do we have to change out the belt on this Thunder then to a shorter one to actually fit it better? So then it's, yeah, there's so much more potential in getting a great final product if we actually get everyone.
Yeah, exactly. And so many people have so many ideas. I mean, we could even throw it a chat. If we were to connect the thing, do you guys think the conveyor should be shorter? Do you think it would be better just keep it long and have the vehicle just drive behind it? You don't care if there's something that connects in between? Things like that. There's so many little details to these decisions that Christian and stuff like that has to go through, right? Like, okay, so if he does take that and if does follow it, do they now need to build a connection bar when you do attach to it? Does it magically just appear? How does the vehicle react when this thing obviously can't turn at all, really, for the most part, while it's on. So there's so many factors to what goes on, right? Like, can you turn with it when you're connected? If you're in cutting mode, can it turn? Because then you're kind of just like pulling the back end of the truck around. So many problems can arise. That has to be thought over, tested. They have to run it through their simulations and their test course they go through just to make sure it's going to play correct, right? So, and that's all. I mean, that's the fun thing, right? When someone comes up with an idea and you're like, oh, light bulb, holy crap, that would be great. But now you have to implement it, right? So,
yeah.
But that's the great thing about the community, guys. I mean, I know this community has been doing very well, and everybody's been super, super happy and supportive. Not getting too angry and stuff like that when things kind of, are a little buggy maybe for a few weeks or whatnot. It happens. But that's just, I see that as a player and a content creator, and I see, that's passion, right? And that's a great thing. It's not, let's just attack this person. No, they're upset because they love it, right? And so does everybody else. And that's not a bad thing, guys.
No. But I'm really looking forward to putting this update out, because it brings another dimension to the game with the underground stuff, which is really fun to have.
Absolutely. So you're going to be pushing that here, like that button, like soon.
Once we,
All right, guys. So right after this, let's get some more questions in. Kind of just showcasing a little bit of the things here, guys. Mainly you guys chatting to Christian. I'm just hosting it, right? So, and obviously, thank you very much, Christian, for allowing me to host this Q&As with you, man. It's absolutely a blast.
Thank you for hosting it. But I see a lot of questions about having AI set up for the trucks and stuff like that. That is something that we're gonna look into, because that would be it's either that or multiplayer, and at this moment I don't know if any of them is gonna be implemented, but both of them or any of them would be great to have, but I just can't say for sure if they're gonna happen. Or
I can help you out with that one. Either way, it's gonna be a $500,000 punch in the face, bro. Honestly, I would rather see you guys, for me personally, I'd rather see you guys spend it on multiplayer if you were going to. We're like you're saying, hypothetically talking, guys, because either way, if you guys notice the competitors in this space, AI is a nightmare to work with when it comes to gaming, and sometimes you're not even playing AI. You're actually just playing a coded script. It's not even AI at all. It's not intuitive or anything like that. So it's just a way that developers can kind of trick you. So into thinking that it's AI and it's doing something by itself. And I think I can kind of sum this up with you guys all know what course play and stuff like that is. It's not AI. Farm sim stuff is not AI. It is just a script to run a pattern on the map. And AI is probably 4 to 5 times more expensive, if I'm being honest, and has never really been done correctly in any game, for that matter. So yeah, multiplayer.
Yeah,
I would say multiplayer.
Yeah, but that also has its technical limitations. But like the AI, I think would be something a little bit more simpler that seems to be a bit stuck there.
Yeah, I'm a little stuck in between the machines.
Yeah. No, the AI might actually be something that end up being more if you just set out waypoints or something for the trucks to follow or something.
Yeah,
it's
like,
not going to be a full
like course
blown.
play, or there's many mods that are like that, right?
Yeah.
It's just set the pin up and it follows it, and you build the road. But having them do it autonomously is like, you would have to make the game like Poly just to get the performance, like, because all the performance of the game would be just in that.
Actually depends a bit on how you build it. I'm not agreeing 100% with you. I think that can be done without being, but yeah, it won't arrive in the next patch. Let's just say that.
Oh yeah.
But I fully understand that people would want multiplayer, and that's something we would want as well. But it's a bit like, instead of going to the moon, you're going to Mars or Jupiter. There's a long way to go.
That's a good way to put it, actually, because all the stuff that we're talking about is some of it's not even done in big, giant AAA developed games, right? So it's all just something that could belong theoretically down the road. You know, it's when you're talking about like development and stuff, I am mega stuck now. I am like struggle bus city right now.
Conveyor.
Yeah, ran out of conveyor here. Here, let me do this then. It's always a way to get unstuck.
Well, you might be done now.
Oh, we dug a hole. It's horrible. Is there air?
You dug a hole and you drove into it. You can actually use the loader to lift the belt. Lift the back end of the tunnel up.
Oh yeah, I could definitely lifted that up as well. It's like, I'll just place another belt under there and it'll pop it up.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, some
I'm
people
surprised how well that worked.
Some people have some players really love super simulation. Some players kind of like arcade-ish. I think you guys are striking a good balance in between that with the amount of equipment and tools we get to use, because then you leave it up to the players on how they choose to play. We're not dictated by the game going, okay, the game has to be played this way, right? So I'm really liking that you guys are doing that.
Yeah, and like, we try to keep the balance, but we're also gonna expand into, like, if you want stuff to break down, then yeah, they're gonna break down. But yeah, it's a bit of a balance, but I hope we can manage it somewhat in the future as well.
Why not add both?
Well, because the problem is mostly that we only have 24 hours each day. If we would have had 50 or 60 hours a day, that wouldn't have been an issue. But at the moment, it's time. We're actually expanding the development team at the moment is me as the main developer, and we have another developer joining this week, actually, or last week, as another full-time developer. And then we have a like hardcore coder that works half-time with the game.
That's great to hear.
We are expanding as fast as we possibly can. But yeah, we're not the biggest of teams at the moment.
I mean, you guys have been doing great. Like I was saying, it's you know, I mean, like I said, the amount of stuff you guys have been putting out, just yourself and your coder, you know, it's good. I mean, I know all of us here, we're happy, we're waiting. I know there's a ton of people that are waiting for your guys' future work, which is really, really promising. Right? No, they just, you know, some people just want a really polished game, and that's completely respectable, right?
Yeah,
they love it already. They
understand.
love where it's going, but they just want to wait until it's fully there.
Yeah, and like in the next couple of patches, the game is gonna go through a lot of really big and really nice changes. Some features that people wanted are coming back, and like overall, just the leveling and progression is gonna be so much fun as well as just these 3 patches are gonna be so much fun. The underground, and then the underground, the big pit, and leveling progression is gonna be so much fun.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the being able to start over and just, you know, have that grind, you know, that how long does it take me to acquire everything that I want?
Yeah.
That grind and getting it all, because that's how you feel. Like, there's nothing better in these games than all of a sudden you're struggling. You're like, man, I really just want to make more money. It's gonna take. I feel like it's gonna take me like 20 hours, and then you get that. You finally get there, and you buy that new piece of equipment to help you move those more yards, or a bigger rock truck, something like that. And that feeling of heck yeah, I love that feeling in these type of games.
Yeah, but and like I'm so stoked for that moment when, like, I so hope that in a couple, not maybe in a couple of updates, but just when you have, or maybe actually in a couple of updates, but just when you start a game and you loan, like you take out a big loan and you owe a tremendous amount of money and you gamble it all on like one pit, and then you strike like the mother load.
Or you strike
Like
dead and you're just like end game screen.
Yeah.
The banker came and
That
broke
might
your
al-
legs. No fuel.
You're
You're
sitting
done.
there.
You're done.
Yeah. And you're cold, wet, and lonely, and in the middle of nowhere.
And it's like, oh man. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, it's looking good, guys. Can we get a spam thumbs up in the chat, dudes, for this patch? This one has been a great one, dudes. I guess we'll pop out a few more questions. I'm sure these guys are super itching to get this patch. Yeah. And I know you're really busy because you have some final things you got to take care of. Is there anything else you guys would like to see really quick in the chat that I can do for you guys while he's pushing this patch out to the thing? Up in the chat, bros.
Yeah,
Big ol' hypers.
Thanks for having me.
Well, absolutely, man. Anytime. We'll have to get your other guys in as well too whenever they come in, just to meet and greet everybody if they're comfortable. Some guys I know are not, but you know, we'll definitely gonna be doing some more stuff, guys. As far as content, I know I am really excited to be able to work with these guys as an outsider, as a content creator. Most of the time, development teams do not allow content creators to do these type of things. I'm glad that you guys trust me enough to do that. I'm honored to be privileged enough to do this and have you guys on and chat with you and be like kind of the in between for the community. I know we love to talk smack. We love it. It's all in a productive, fun way. Christian always pops into the chat and laughs at us when we're just being absolutely stupid with the game and trying to break things and blow things up with nukes. And it's been a great one, dudes.
Yeah. Before we quit, actually, I've seen one question that we should answer. A couple of guys keep asking about if explosives needing explosives when drilling. Drilling is also something that's gonna get more expanded in the future to more realistic stuff and just be more fun and more sort of, just expanded. So That's coming as well, with the sort of the spider thingies that drill into the tunnels and the pit vipers, I believe they're named, the big ass drill rigs.
Oh, like the
That's
hypersonic drill rigs, the ones that like it doesn't just turn, but it kind of like vibrates at a sonic frequency and then it pushes itself down. Those things. I ran one of those. Those are awesome. Like,
I have actually no clue how they operate. They just are big as shit. Those pit vipers. I've just seen them used in open pit mines for just like when you're gonna drill a bunch of holes. They use those. But I have no clue how they work, to be honest.
biggest question is, I have control change made with the right mouse button no longer usable. See here. Go to the settings real quick, guys. Do you have your mouse controlled?
I think I have actually set the right mouse button to be used for modifiers.
Modifiers here?
Yeah. Like the when you set it in not in the keyboard, in the mouse.
Oh, in the mouse.
Yeah, in the mouse setting.
It have not got character left mouse. Yeah, sign right here. Character interact.
No, but if you can set whatever you want to right mouse button.
Yeah. Yeah, there is a lot. I mean, I haven't found really any hindrance in the mouse and keyboard, and that is what I play in. I play mouse and keyboard pretty much always, and you can with this new one, it's even easier to set up. I know there's still a lot of lingering questions about it. Some people were really upset that things got changed, but honestly, guys, it is for the better. Whenever I had to do things before, and like myself personally, I always had to reset. Whenever I had to reset my controls, it took way longer. Right? Now it's just like I go in, I'm just like, oh, I want my excavator. Okay, I turn all these off. Then I go down here and I turn all these on, and then I just add a couple buttons, and it's super. It takes me about 3 minutes to reset all my controls on my vehicles. Also, too, you can do presets too as well, which is fantastic. If you want to,
and just the ability to assign the preset to another controller or whatever is just so nice compared to the old one.
Thanks, Stuart. Also, too, guys, after this stream, I will be taking a little bit of time to do a couple things, and then I will be coming back to play. I like to separate these streams into different VODs, so that way you don't have to watch through a 5-hour episode of stream. So I will be coming back to play well, and any more questions to answer and stuff like that, and we'll be extending the launch day for with another stream. So yeah, we'll get into play. Get you guys ready to go. Is there any other questions here? Try to answer as many questions as we can. Sorry if we did not get to your questions today, and sorry if any donations or anything like that came through. I have all that stuff turned off, guys, during these Q&A streams, so that way we can focus on reading as many things and showcasing to you guys as possible. So
yeah, and if you have any questions that haven't been answered, just head to the Discord, write them in game talk or suggestions or something, and I'll hope that I see them and answer them.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. I mean, you do a great job at answering as many questions as you possibly can. I know you more than you probably should. Yeah, I know it takes away from work sometimes, but you do a great job.
Yeah,
and
yeah, I try as much as possible, but sometimes it's just not possible to be on the Discord 24/7.
Yeah, so let me get the link real quick for everybody here. For the Discord.
We cannot add mods to the game as it stands now. We chose not to include that at the moment because the community isn't big enough that our time is better spent at adding the vehicles ourselves at the moment, until the community grows big enough that it actually can create mods.
Okay, here is the link for the Discord for the North Modding Company. Make sure you guys join that, guys. It is active, as well as mine as well. Mine's in the description below. We have an Out of War channel where you guys can show your guys' pictures of your mines. during your streams. We love seeing your guys' minds. We love seeing what you guys are working on. Post them in the Out of War. Post them here as well, on ours. We always constantly talk about the game when we're playing it here. You know, join it up. Like I said, any questions, any suggestions, any bugs, all of it helps, guys. Everything. It all helps a lot. It helps the community grow. Also, remember, be respectful, guys. We're all just trying to have fun and play video games and relax, and we all are passionate about this. Just keep it rolling, bros. Honestly.
Yeah.
Any last words, man?
No, just thanks for the support from everyone, and we're working as hard and much as possible to get the game as great as possible. Yeah, to get it as great as possible within the shortest amount of time. So that's everything, I think.
Awesome. Well, it's been fun. It's been great. I know that these guys want this patch, so I'm proud you're on that, hovering that magic button. So yeah, let's get at it. And guys, get your Steams loaded up. If you do not see the thing come up here in the next so many minutes, please be sure to close your Steam and open it back up. Because sometimes Steam can have a little bit of an issue or a delay. So give it a little bit of time. He's getting ready to do that, guys. Enjoy the patch. Leave comments in the videos. Leave comments on the Discords. Blow it up. Share all this stuff. Share Out of War, guys. A lot of people don't even know this game exists. So much love, everybody. Christian, again, thank you very much, man. And we'll get back at you guys here in a little while. I'll be back on streaming here in a little bit, dudes. So give me some time to get a little bit of lunch and all that good stuff. And Christian, have a great night. And much love, chat. Happy digging, everybody.
Yeah.